Inspiration. Such a demanding thing. Or does it have to be?
You can't make something if you're not consuming something.
Or I create art in ordinariness. One doesn't have to look very far.
Let me say a cosmic phenomenon.
In conversations, ideas come to life.
All of these things can be well springs of creativity.
I want to be able to teach people, inspire people. That's where it all began.
Somehow managed to see an opportunity where others didn't. Get it off the ground, people resonate with it, and it's become its own thing.
They told a story around it, and that's what really inspired me. There's so many possibilities. It's a very big pond, I guess.
Thankful that I got super bored not doing anything, so that made me start putting myself out there. Just be yourself.
Just appreciate everything.
It's All Material. It's a podcast for and by creatives. My name is Aubrey, and I dare say, it's all material. Let's get to the nitty-gritty now, shall we? This episode is in partnership with South Republik. That's South Republik with a K on YouTube and Facebook. It's All Material. Welcome to the show where we talk about all things creative and the other things that come with it. This podcast aims to show some love to artists and creatives all over the world. And today with me is a traditional tattoo artist, a Filipino martial artist, and a blade collector. He's here to talk about his art. Hey, Tannex, how's it going?
Hello, good evening.
Musta? How was your day?
Great, okay lang siya. At least productive and creative.
Oh, wow. What did you finish today? Or did you work on anything new today?
Yeah, I just finished a design for a client. So it's gonna be a story of his life. I'm going to put it on his right arm, a full right
Full
arm
sleeve.
piece. Full sleeve,
Wow.
yes.
I was looking at your pieces on Facebook, your traditional tattoo pieces. Na-amazed jud ko because most of the shapes that you work on are symmetrical, man. And I've known this tattoo artist friend of mine, and he said that that's the most challenging part in doing tattoos, the symmetrical shapes. So I was just wondering, how do you do it?
It's our culture. It's an ancient way of tattooing, and then the patterns are based on nature, and it's more on lines, shapes, and solid block. No shading, no color shading, but it's solid
Oo.
block shading. Okay.
Unsa imong gamit? Cause dili katong kuan imong gamit, di ba? Dili tong machine. Unsa ang usual na materials nimo for traditional tattoo?
Ang gamit na ako kay kanang stick, tapos na siya needle, and then ang tawag sa iya sa English is hand tapping. Tapos ang tawag sa ato diri sa kung sa Luzon sa North is batuk. Kung sa Visayas is patik. Kung sa Mindanao is pangutob. Kasi kabalo naman ka sa atuang nasod, lain-lain og regions, daghan klaseng tribes, lain-lain
Right.
og mga ano. Kaya nga naka-reach ang atong culture.
That's right. Unsay naka-inspire sa imuha na to pursue traditional tattooing?
Ano kasi ako kanang cultural worker. So
Mm-mm.
and then artist, then for the love of culture, naisip ko if you put the culture in your skin, nobody can take it away. So
Exactly.
you're proud of it, and then it's your identity when you, especially when you go outside the country, somebody will notice that you're a Filipino.
Yes.
Kaya ganun.
Unsa na type of designs ang kanang usual nimo na ginabuhat for your clients for tattoos?
Depende siya kung asa gikan iyang roots. Kunyari, from mother father niya, if from Luzon or from Visayas or from Mindanao. So depende siya sa mga elements na akong ibutang, kasi kada kada every client has different stories, life stories. So yun, unique siya kada client.
So ikaw pa mismo ang kanang murag mag-research sa ilahang sa unsay mo bagay based sa ilahang ihatag sa imuha na info na kanan diri akong origin, and then ay na dayon ka mag come up with a design para sa ilaha. That's usually the process ba?
Oo, bali siyempre hindi dili man mi kanang pareho sa kasi duha mi kabuok sa akong misis ang artist eh.
Mm.
And then naa pa siya interactive na process dili para sa normal tattoo shop na moadto lang mamilig design ana. So
Tama.
mag-ano pa mi
Mag-dig deep pa mo sa
get
story.
yan, oo. So story background ng client, oo.
Ayos kay siya ba kay kanang maka-establish pud ka ng relationship with your clientele kay mabalaan man nimo like asa sila gikan unsa ang ilang family, and kanang dili lang gud siya kanang transactional, kanang lahi ra jud ba, like it
Oo.
really builds a relationship, which is awesome.
Mm.
And not a lot of people do that. It's a rare find kanang imuhang craft. And na-amaze ko na na-connectan duha ni JR, and I also want to talk about your martial arts. Kaganiha, you told me na it's the ancient fighting arts. It's cultural. It's the ancient way of fighting sa Filipinos. So how did you learn that?
Na-introduce siya sa ako nung kababata na ako na siya he was a black belt of other martial arts. And then nagtaka ako kung bakit naglahi siya og kanang martial arts, nag-arnis. Sabi ko, "Oh, ba't ka nag-arnis black belt ka na sa isa previous mo na martial." Sabi niya, ingon siya na, kultura nato ni. So dapat we should know our culture para sariling atin ang martial arts natin
Yeah.
nakuha. So na-curious ako, and then sige, pwede ba mag-join din na. So
Mm-mm.
pag-join ako, dili lang kay physical fitness siya at saka contact sport. So naa siya history at the same time cultural siya. Oo na siya na. Kaya ako
Moto
na hook.
nakanindot. When you do what you're doing, you're more connected to yourself pag ingana ba. And mao na nakanindot pud. And katong time na nag-learn kag mag-martial arts, unsa ni na tuig?
Ano to siya 1998 to siya.
Wow, dugay na day kayo.
Tapos dugay na siya, mga second batch me. Dira lang sa Davao na branch ka ng Mandirigmang Kaliradman. Ang
Wow.
ang pangalan sa among sa amo ang Arnis group.
Mm-mm. Was there ever like some sort of mga competitions that you guys joined like over the years, or
Oo,
was there? Can you tell me more about it?
it's there we have yearly competition within our group, and then yung mga mga higher ranks na pwede na sila mag i-try nila ilang knowledge, and then kung capacity nila is okay na kaya ng lumaban. Kaya may mga competition din.
Katong sa Arnis, aside from that, unsa pay lain ninyo na mga ginagamit?
We have armor and then padded sticks. Tapos may mga rules din na hindi siya para hindi ka ma-fatal. So it's gonna be point system, but it's hurting pa rin. Oh.
Pamaol gihapon after.
Oo, pamaol gihapon. Pasa-pasa.
Usually isa ka match. Unsa ka dugay?
Maalala parang murag lang gihapon, murag sa siguro mga 5 minutes match. 5 minutes siya.
Unsa usually ninyo, like whole body ba mo usually ninyo gina-utilize for this type of martial arts?
Stick among gamit, pero pwede na mo igon ang mga tiil at padded naman siya. So hindi allowed ang tipa, sumbag, pero pwede ka mag-disarm. Pero more on binunalay siya. So,
Okay. Do you have like a page for that on social media so that people can check it out if they're curious about learning the art?
yeah, we have a Facebook page. Just type Mandirigmang Kaliradman, and then dali lang siya pangitaon, pwede na pangitaon sa Facebook.
Nice,
Sa
nice.
Facebook lang siya, Facebook page.
Mm-mm. So like with your journey as an artist, no? You mentioned na gikan kag Davao and then you went to Manila. So when did that start? When did you go to Manila?
Traveler mong good ko kay I studied different indigenous culture, and then I went to different artist community. So
Oh, okay.
that's the time na I went traveling. So the journey, yung yung pag seek mo about culture.
Mm-mm.
So nag-add to me sa mga festivals, and then sa mga communities, and then Boracay. Bago ko nag-adtog ka ng Manila, sa Boracay nagdugay pud.
I see.
Mm.
So nag-travel ka and then you do the tattooing and then you do the martial arts as well. Like when you're
Oo.
traveling.
Ang
Kalingaw,
martial
no?
arts, ano siya, personal lang siya, like meditation, kasi depende if you have a group in that place, so mas
Mm.
okay siya. Pag wala, edi personal practice na lang.
Wow, naaday pud daghan pud na community sa different regions, no? Usually same lang
Mm.
ba ang practices ninyo sa diri sa Davao o sa ubang regions, or do you have like new stuff na you only learn when you go to that region?
Different regions, different systems din ng FMA or Eskrima. So,
Mm-mm.
swerte now if you go to Cebu, and then you have a branch of Mandirigmang Kaliradman there. So you can practice with the same system. Then you have a comrade there.
I see. So all throughout these years, like in your journey, what was like the greatest challenge for you and how were you able to overcome it?
The greatest challenge is how to continue to be a full-time artist, because
Mm-mm.
it's not easy to be a full-time artist in this country, because you cannot have you cannot ask assistance from our government. And then
Mm-mm.
it's gonna struggle talaga, pero kaya naman. At least we we um we push the limit
Tama.
na kaya namo, kasi lalo na especially this pandemic, that
Right.
we closed our shop 6 months. We didn't operate, and we don't
Oh,
have any clients. Pero dito pa rin naagapon mi diri igsisihapon, and then we continue our passion.
nice. Kanindot, no? Like, when lang nagsugod usab na kanang mag-book ang mga clients? Like during COVID?
Siguro after 6 months ato, pa isa-isa lang tapos mag-level 2, magluag-luag, book na uban clients
Mm-mm.
So lalo na karon naka-adjust na din ang mga tao. Then parang murag ka ng part na ang pandemic sa life, and
Mm-mm.
then so naka-adjust na sila. So na sila time na magpatato.
Mm-mm. Unsa pinakadugay nimo na session?
Pinakadugay na ako is mga 17 hours.
Wow. Unsa
Oo.
to siya kadako?
So siya, from tiil hangtod sa lubot.
Ay wow, taasa uy.
Mm.
17
Oo,
hours. Complicated ba to
17
siya na
hours.
design or usually ang
Medyo.
Oh, okay. So, aka nang imuhang traditional na type of tattooing ba? Kay since nag-ingon ka na wala siya shading, would you consider it easier than katong mga mga usual na tattoo using a machine? Have you
Dili.
tried ba?
Yeah, I started in a tattoo machine, a
Mm.
gun, ang tattoo gun. And then, syempre, mas gusto ko ang cultural.
Mm-mm.
Although, lisod siya kasi dili siya kanang ano ba common, and then it takes years of practicing para
Mm-mm.
ma-master mo. Hantod karon na I'm still in a process of learning. So
Right,
I
right.
cannot teach, and then years of mastering it.
Mao jud.
It's hard, yeah.
Unsa pila
Mm.
ka years na gani ka nagatattoo?
2003 na-introduce siya sa ako as isa ka senior artist na muna friend
Mm-mm.
sa Katribu art movement. And then nag-start na ko research and then studies. Tapos 2009 me and my wife established Katribu Tatu.
Nice. What was it like starting out? Imong common na need na i-overcome or need na ka ng what's one thing or one skill na you had to have for you to get good at it?
Sige, way back 2009, ang tanaw nila sa amo kay murag ka ng ano ba, buang. Kasi that time Apo Wangud is not yet famous. Bago lang si Apo Wangud eh. So makita nila, oh, anong ito man na ilang ginabuhat eh, murag gilisod-lisuran naman na nilang sariling tattoo na may machine.
Mm-mm,
And
mm-mm.
then yun ang pinag-greatest struggle namin because in 1 year we have just 2 clients.
Oh,
To think
wow.
na, oo.
Wala pa kayo
Mm,
na-open ang ilahang kuan ba? Ang ilahang
oo,
pag-understand sa
consciousness nila about culture.
Oh,
Mm.
yes, yes, that's right. Bitaw, no? So that was tough. So how are you able to overcome it? And what made you grow?
Along the process, murami ka ng we educate people, and then we talk about our culture, our history, about our ancient way of tattooing.
Mm-mm,
And then we're proud of showing it. So
mm-mm.
many of our friends and some of like-minded, they believe on us, and we also
Yes,
believe in ourselves.
tama.
Mm.
Important jud pod that we all surround ourselves with like-minded pod na community ba, so that we get to nurture what we already have and we get to cultivate our skills, our talents, so that we can bear fruit ba. Because if we're not in a safe space, it's so difficult to get creative. And it's a good thing na you found that early on sa imuhang journey. And mautupod ang nakatabang sa inyo to grow ang inyong business, ang inyong craft, and also inyong clientele. And also, na-mention mo na you also collect blades. So what type of blades do you usually collect? I was looking at your feed on Facebook. They really look so dope, man.
Um, mga indigenous blades na mga ang uban antique. Some are antiques, some are newly made by a local blacksmith. So, syempre, if you're FMA practitioner, you're also passionate of collecting blades, collecting our ancient weapons.
Right, right. Pila na kabuok imong weapons karon collected?
Karon sa mga blades, siguro mga abot ng 20 siguro or less than.
Nice.
Na,
So every blade also has a story, right?
parang ano din, murag gihapon siya tattoo. So,
Mm-mm.
example, I have Chris from from Cotabato.
Mm-mm.
So, ano siya, ginagamit siya ng mga Muslim natin na mga brothers from the south.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have also from the north sa mga igorot ng mga blades. So every blades may story siya, depende sa um, ethnic roots.
Ah, that's nice.
Mm.
What was the rarest find ni mo na blade?
Ang gikan sa mga manobo na gitato sa ako ah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Lisod de kahit
So,
ito pangitaan.
oo, lisod siya kay ano siya eh, ang tawag ato is ano tawag natin? Tangi, tangi yeah.
What
Oo.
made it rare?
Medyo semi-antique siya. And then you cannot find it in a blade shop, a
Mm,
commercial blade shop. So you should go to their community and find an old ano doon, old person
I
or
see.
para makakaroon ka.
Can you put a date on it, like how old it is, the one that you have?
Dili parang dili man jud siya ingon na century old ba siya. Siguro mga 220 years old mga ganun.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
That's
ano.
still rare. It's
Mm.
amazing. So what's the next one that you want to get?
From ano siya eh, from Antique, Panay Island, cause my father is from Panay Island. So I want to have a talibong, they call it talibong.
Mm.
Pang ano daw 'yun, panglaban sa aswang daw,
Oh, wow.
sabi nila.
Effective. Effective daw.
Katong ano, na ako sa nagbakasyon ko sa probinsya sa akong airpot,
Mm-mm.
nakadungog ko mga stories din na kaya if you walk at night and then you should have a talibong. It's not to fight or to kill somebody but to protect yourself from tik-tik or aswang.
Oh, okay. Protection siya. Masyag force field. Pag nakakay nga to, walay mo duol
O
sa imo
mahadlok.
na aswang. Mahadlok
Oo,
sila ato.
oo.
Matong
Wala mo
weakness
kit-kit
nila.
sa'yo. Oo.
That's a good way to look at it. So, are you
Mm.
planning on like teaching people how to do traditional tattooing? Because I feel like it's important that a lot of people would know how to do this. Like moving like a few years from now, 10 years from now, do you see yourself teaching people?
If I'm capable enough or if I'm like master na because I'm still in the process of practicing it. And then
Mm.
I parang ano, I don't have the right to teach for now because yeah, you should go to Apuangod and study their culture and then it's not an overnight learning, so it
Mm-mm.
takes years and passion because if you practice it you should put 100% of yourself because it's our culture and you should not bastard or hindi mo dapat i-bastardize yung culture.
Ay, that's right. Yes, the respect should still be there. You have
Mm.
to follow tama jud bitaw no. Kay murag you have to give it justice. And hopefully no puhon kana makatudlo ko ba, it would be really nice
Mm.
for people to learn more about like our culture and everything. Pero sa martial arts, have you tried coaching na ba?
Ano lang, friends lang. But we have instructors naman eh. If ano lang, I like to teach friends but not strangers.
Mm. Oh, I see, I see. So if they have that connection with you and if they show some interest kay pwede mo
Mm.
mag-session. So if anybody wants to hire you for tattoos, do you have a Facebook page or social media page?
We have IG account. You can type Katribu Tatu, Tatu with TATU. Ano lang, DM. You can also search us on Google search Katribu Tatu.
Since nag-travel mo pirmi, like how do you manage your clients? I'm also curious about that.
For now, stop na travel kay naka-base na mi diri sa may Manila. So na
Mm.
nami tattoo shop.
Mm.
So focus na mi sa tattoo shop man.
Ah, that's
So
awesome. So naana mo yung branch jud na where people can go. That's nice.
oo.
All right, Katribu Tatu. You guys check that out if you want to have a traditional tattoo. And the best thing about it is it's not a transaction. Like they really get to know you more as a person, and that's great. And thank you so much, man, for joining
Thanks.
me
Oh,
on this podcast. And I can't wait to air this episode. You really taught me a lot, and there are a lot of things that I learned about our culture through this interview, and I thank you for that. And I'm sure a lot of people also learned a lot from you today.
thanks also. Salamat also.
All right, thank you so much. You have a good one.
Yay.
This episode is in partnership with South Republik. That's South Republik with a K on YouTube and Facebook. This is Aubrey, and you're listening to It's All Material. New episode every Thursday at 7 p.m.